Welcome to Garden Grace. You know, we are in the heat, the hot of summer, and it's kind of disconcerting a little bit because it is so hot, and you water and you know, all the nutrients are just disappearing from the green stalks. And however, again, I am so glad, y'all, that I have these worm castings. Yeah, look, you know, either your young kids or grandkids just say, we're going to put some worm poop on our plants today. They'll love it. They'll absolutely love it, especially boys. Little boys just think things are so funny anyway, especially if you say the word poop. So I'm just going to be adding like a handful of the worm castings to my eggplant, my beans. Again, they take a lot out of the soil as they're fruiting and growing, and you just kind of, you know, mix it in. You just mix it in into the soil, and that way then I'll be watering that in so it gets really mixed in there and kind of gives that boost, because it has it's got the nutrients, the microbes that are needed, just things that are so important. But you know, it wasn't even that I wanted to show you in my garden. I really wanted to talk about, I had mentioned, oh my goodness, my coleus that has done so well and just taken over. And I thought, you know, I just don't think I want to do that again next year because it's so big. And you can see here's this one on this side. However, do you know what is so cool? Is that the pollinators love it. That, and then I've got my marigolds here. I don't have any nasturtiums that are open. This one's kind of here that I haven't picked off and eaten myself. And I'm just so glad that it was a happy mistake. I'm thinking, oh, I never should have done that. And now I realized that you desperately need pollinators in your garden. Again, I had a little bit of trouble with my cucumbers not getting pollinated the right way. I'll show you what this one looks like. It just, again, oh well. So here's one, funny little size, isn't it? And then this one. And I'm of the mindset that this is all research and discovery this year. What do I like? What do I not like? What do I want to do again? And I think what I want to do is to have more of the same type of vegetable growing in the green stalk, like needing the same kind of nutrients, and they have the same water requirements, and just depending on how much their root base is, how much space that they're needing. Because y'all, this is like my big mess. It's a happy mess. It's kind of like being, you know, disorganized, but you know where everything is. And, you know, again, here's this one over here where I have my carrots, my Swiss chard, my strawberries. I know where all of that is. And then over here, this one's kind of a little bit better. You know, we got the sweet banana peppers here. I've got strawberry down there. Some other peppers. My rosy finch tomato plants. And this one, I mean, this is always so funny. This is called Cherry Falls, which it's supposed to fall over. We didn't do that though, did it? Very funny. And then my really tall marigolds. So it is my research and discovery, that's for sure. And I do know that I'm going to have to figure out my tomato plants for next year. I have struggled so much because the latest, I thought, oh, what is this? What is this? Well, I think it's a raccoon that reached in, grabbed the tomato off, and ate it. Along with the tomato fruit worms that I'm still struggling with. Oh, I'm gonna figure this out for next year though. But I just love these lessons. It's like something that you didn't think was a good thing to have in your life, and it turned out to be. Have you discovered that? That happens? I feel that way about the coleus, that I was thinking that shouldn't be in my GreenStalk, and then realized how beneficial it truly was for bringing in the pollinators. And just being patient, learn to be patient with yourself. You're still growing as well. Do you know, there was a song called Kids Under Construction, and it talks about how we're under construction our entire life, because God's not done with us yet. We're still learning, we're still growing, we're still adapting. And a lot of my plants that I have, they're learning to adapt to the environment that I've created for them. And I just realized that it can just be such a beautiful thing when you have a garden, when you're growing plants, when you are looking at the nature that God has given you, and what is the lesson that you can learn from it. And I think also being resilient and determined and persevere. And then also, like I look at my tomato plants over there, it's like, you're so happy. You were so happy over here. And then the blooming of the marigolds and my coleus, the pretty nasturtium. It's bloom where you're planted. So I just kind of wanted to come in, bring y'all into Garden Grace with me to kind of, I don't know, think about things, especially with as hot as the summer is right now, and the demands that creates on your plants, and what you might need to be doing for your plants. So just quick tip, check first thing in the morning, come out in the evening, do another double check. What needs to be watered, what might need worm castings, what might need the fish emulsion or the banana fertilizer that I have. I've got all that going on, and you might think, oh, that's an awful lot to think about. But if you write it down, if you have it written down, what you're doing, it just looks so much more doable, because it's not like you're trying to keep all those plates spinning in the air as you are taking care of your garden. So I think what we'll do is we'll harvest a few of my little tomatoes, and again, it's time to harvest my sweet banana pepper. Isn't that pretty? It's so pretty. I'm just always so amazed at the beauty, the true beauty of plants when they do have the fruit on them. And even the little, look, see, it's like even the little flower that will become a fruit. And just keep the wonderment, keep your curiosity up for all of these plants, and how can you do them better, or how can you do them different. And it's so important to keep up with, what does it seem, what is your rainfall amount, what are your temperatures, because next year it's going to be different. It won't be the same. However, if you keep a running diary of environmental parts, there was a hummingbird, environmental aspects, then it's going to help you make even better decisions for your garden next year. Oh, y'all, just thank you so much for being here with me in the garden, and do come back again. Subscribe to the channel so that we can be part of the family together, the family of growth and faith. And so just remember, grow with grace, and I'll see you next time right here in Garden Grace. All right, y'all. Bye.